Hey everyone, Vlontis and Zeebs here, and this time we're talking controllers.
That's right, we're going to talk about 5 of the best controllers out there, and 5 of the pieces of shit in our onion Jew yogurts.
However, we don't have every controller for every system ever, including the Atari 5200, the Atari Jaguar, and the Fairchild Channel F with its dildo controller.
So, without further ado, let's fucking do this shit!
Yeah! Starting off the list, we got the GameCube controller. This controller is one of my favorite controllers of all time, and is really comfortable and a really ergonomic controller. The nice layout of the buttons provides a comfortable and unique way to play your games. This controller is so nice that Nintendo even brought it back after quite some time to use it in the new Smash Bros. For Wii U. The Dreamcast controller is a really strange looking controller, but when you pick it up, it's surprisingly really comfortable. The shape happens to fit my hands really nicely, and when you look at the Dreamcast controller, you can see where the Xbox 360 got some of its design. Also, the Dreamcast fishing rod!
Trust me, the Virtual Boy isn't as bad as what people make it out to be. I gotta say, the controller though is really underappreciated. I think it's actually amazing. If you ever get your hand on one of these controllers, you come to realize how awesome the D-pads are. They're like concave, which is actually awesome. And as far as I know, no other controller really has them like this. It's also really interesting that it has 2 D-pads. I don't know another controller that has 2. Definitely the most underrated controller out there. For the first 3 years of the PS1's life, it had this controller, which a lot of people don't even know about. But it was basically a modified SNES controller, but better in every way. 2 more shoulder buttons, a really nice D-pad, and wing-like grips, which made it much more comfortable than the Super Nintendo. The later, more known model was released in 1998 and had dual analog sticks and built-in vibration. This is one of the most universally known controllers in the world, and at the time was pretty much the best controller out there.
The 360 controller is often referred to as one of the best controllers of all time. It's comfortable, ergonomic, and versatile. You can comfortably play pretty much any kind of game with this controller. Before the Xbox One's plug-and-play relationship with Windows 10, the 360's controller was, and still is for some people including myself, the controller for gamers that connect to their PCs. Now we're getting into some of the weird and more shitty controllers. Starting off with the Boomerang controller for the N64, only about 10,000 were made, which kinda says something right off the bat. While personally I don't mind this controller too much since it actually fits my hands quite well, it is generally perceived as a pretty bad controller. For me, it feels pretty comfortable at first, but after holding it for a while, it does get pretty annoying, mostly because of the shape and the less than ideal button placement.
I didn't know at first if the Intellivision came with 2 telephones built in, or just had super shitty controllers. I unfortunately found out that it was the latter fact that was reality. With no D-pad or analog stick, instead this shitty disc-like thing and a fucking keypad, it was really awkward to hold and just didn't work with any kind of game. Oh yeah, and it had these 4 shitty buttons on the side. The controller wasn't designed to work with human hands, I swear. I don't know of anyone who really loves these things, but I guess it was better than the PlayStation Move with its nice colorful dildos, or the Kinect, which had human controllers. The fuck? But still, the fact that a lot of games have motion control, which worked maybe sometimes, and just the fact of how far away it strayed from traditional and conventional controllers made this one really weird to me. I'm just going to say it blankly, I really don't like the Wii, because it caters to casual gamers, and that's just not what we are. The controller is gimmicky and doesn't work well with many kind of games. I mean, can you picture playing Gran Turismo with a fucking Wii remote?
The NES Max is complete shit. I can't believe this is a licensed product from Nintendo. I don't know what they were thinking with this, but this D-pad analog spinny thingy is so loose and unresponsive it makes me want to cry. Plus it makes this horrible sound every now and then. Horrible. 10 out of 10 worst controller ever. I just wanted to show you guys my new phone real quick. Like seriously, what is it with these late 70s, early 80s controllers and their number pads? Why? The ColecoVision controller is basically a brick with a knob on the top and a couple side buttons. It also has these weird inserts that go over the number pad for certain games, which is kinda pointless but kinda cool at the same time. Not the best controller I've ever used.
Anyways, what do you guys think?
I know it's a pretty opinionated video, but it'd be nice to get some feedback from you guys anyway.
So if you enjoyed this video, thank you.
We'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.